what makes a role in product great for someone who doesn't have pure coding skills?
Who has pure coding skills in this call?
Not me. I don't think any of us do.
Not at coding.
We did all study it though, very briefly.
Yeah.
But I think also, I think we all have an understanding of the concepts and how it works, and how I think that's almost more important for this role than necessarily being a fantastic coder. Because I think if you're an amazing coder, you absolutely should pursue a career in product if that's what appeals to you. But I think that sometimes it's very easy to get focused on small problems in code, whereas a lot of what we're doing is focusing on larger picture. And that doesn't necessitate being technical. I think that, or being able to code particularly, as long as you understand how everything works, that's almost more valuable than being able to write the code yourself. I think also sometimes it can be detrimental to be a really good coder or to be more involved in the code base, because you end up trying to solve it yourself or do it all yourself or tell people what they should be doing. And a big part of this role is collaboration, and not being able to do that, relying on other people to help solve the problem, and trusting in your developers and your teams and your designers to give you the right solution based on their skill sets and the knowledge that they have. Because really, we're not here to write the code ourselves or to define exactly what we should be done. We're here to leverage the power of the individuals around us to build the best possible solution. And so you can be a coder and go into product. You can also have never written a line of code in your life. You just need to understand the technology in the right way and understand your user.
Yeah, I think it's important to know that it's okay. Users are fine with you not being on the same sort of code knowledge level that they are. If they're not always very technical people. Sometimes we have a lot of, especially in Mari, we have a lot of artists who come from a more traditional creative background versus the creative technical background. But I have never had a customer say, you know, oh, you should know more about this, when they've asked me a really technical question and I've said, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to that right now, but if you leave it with me, I'll go and ask the development team and I'll come back to you. No one has ever had an issue. They've always been really eager to explain either in more detail or to wait on their question until I can get back to them with the actual answer. I think you can definitely rely on the people who have different skills in different areas in your team as a product manager, and just honestly, it leaves you more breathing room to focus on the things that you need to, rather than worrying about exactly how the code is written, and make sure it's written in a certain way. I think that can, like Chloe said, I think it can actually be quite detrimental.
I completely agree.
Detrimental.
As a product manager, oh, sorry, Arielle, I'll say this quickly.
No, go ahead.
But as a product manager, you should be focused on making sure that you're delivering the right solution. And so I think that there's also could be limitations in what the code can do, or that you would have from a development perspective, which from a larger perspective, you're able to keep focused on delivering value or delivering an actual solution rather than delivering a piece of good code.
Yeah.
It's also down to, I guess, the industry that you're catering for as well. So we, provide tools for artists, in the world of, animation and film. So really, as a product manager, you're kind of representing the clients. And so, going back to what I was saying before, having different skill sets is extremely important. The team is great at what they do. And my job is not to look over their code, because then you lose sight of the bigger picture. And if anything, it just shows that I don't trust them. And really, that's not my job to do. My job is to deliver the what and the why, and they deliver the how and they execute it. So really, there would be a clash of responsibilities if that happened. Obviously, that's not to say that you shouldn't be a product manager if you are into you have strong coding skills or anything like that, but it's just about I guess being able to work with your team and not necessarily step on their toes. So we're in no place to question how the team works, really, as long as we are all serving the same goal.
I approached product completely thinking that I didn't fit the criteria for the role, but when I broke it down and had a look at the spec, sort of taking each bullet point one by one, really a lot of it as we've mentioned earlier, is just transferable skills. So being able to communicate, being able to debug, analytical thinking, being able to show empathy towards people, and to be honest, just being human. I know that sounds strange, but a lot of companies, and I know that Foundry has been guilty of this before in the past as well, a lot of companies can feel like this is just a transaction discussion. And I think really what you're trying to do is you're trying to get to the heart of who the artist is so that you understand them. And I think being able to show that you're on the same level of approachability and just saying, okay, I'm not a corporate machine. I am a genuine human being. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to not understand all of these concepts. But I'm here to listen to you and I want to make this right is huge. Like that's huge in product.
Yeah, and if clients feel like they're being listened to as well, that it'll make them, or just make you more approachable as well. So people will want to talk to you more. Hence, the improving the relationship with clients as well, and making sure that, we're always aware of what their problems are. And that's just so much easier to get that information if you have a good relationship with them.